Hey everybody, good morning. Well, at least it's morning at the time that I'm recording this. Josh the RV Nerd here with Bish's RV down at the Forest River Sneak Peek display. I want to give you a quick flyby look at what's new and what's alive for 25 from the Rockwood and Flagstaff group right here. One of the reasons I like to break them out separately, I'm going to do a separate Forest River kind of sneak peek here, is just because they are such a full line, full gamut brand. They go all the way from pop-ups to single axles to tandems up to fifth wheels, and not a lot of other brands really have the opportunity to say that. So today all we're going to do is get a whole bunch of real fast flyby footage, and I'm going to be yakking over the top of that, and I'm going to chapter mark the living crap out of this video so you can jump around like the House of Pain to take a better look at the RV that you want to see, or jump back to it a couple times. Now, along with this, I need some of your help. I need you to leave me some comments, let me know what you think, what you like, and what you'd like to see in more nitty-gritty detail so I can build my hit list for the 2025 season for you. And if you like how we get you down here and get you these big compilation videos, hit that subscribe button because I've got a whole bunch more coming. So as I always do, we're going to start at the smallest member of the family and then just kind of work our way around. Normally I don't get too excited over tent campers, but they did some work on their pop-ups this year. At a glance, nothing looks too terribly dissimilar, but they literally changed the whole construction of these things. Like they have like a composite sidewall on the box of the pop-up now, and they've still got a pretty wide variety of models. It's kind of incredible how very few manufacturers even make pop-ups anymore. You might have noticed that bigger vent fan up in the ceiling, but look at this. They realized that they could use one of those bi-directional Cool Cat heat pumps to include heat and air conditioning in all of their pop-ups now, I think except for the OTG series. But this shocked me. Look at the tires. If you're not familiar, it doesn't seem surprising at all. But they've made, for the first time ever, tandem axle GeoPros. Now, all of the GeoPros will not be tandem axle. They have made specific models that were the largest GeoPros that had the smallest cargo carry capacity tandem axles. Like I think this one, maybe the 20 FBS. I'm not sure if any other models are looking at going tandem. But since day one, there have been so many people who are like, I love everything about GeoPros. I love the double ASDL. They were one of the very first to do any factory standard solar and or inverter 12-volt smart TVs. Like, Rockwood in the GeoPro series is so far ahead of the industry standard curve, it's not even funny. And they have really set gold standards. But a lot of people disliked single axle towability or limited cargo capacity, and those are not problems anymore. By the way, if you're not familiar, that was a true queen bed in the back of that thing. They've also done some revisions on some existing models. You will find through this video that's a recurring trend. They took a lot of the stuff that they built that was really good, but had kind of fallen off a little bit, and updated and revamped it. So this was the 20BHS. They made it the 20BH, which effectively all they really did was flip-flop the bunks in the bathroom, but it brought the cargo bunk feature over here on the campsite of the RV, and I really like how they integrated that refrigerator in there. So even if you don't want to bust out the whole grill and griddle and everything, you still have a handy outdoor fridge, which is so useful. Now, you may have noticed the double solar panels. These will always have at least 200 watts of solar, a single panel, but you can get the Sir Mix-a-Lot double up second panel if you are so inclined. They're going to do a ton of smart storage solutions like removable shelves in that either pantry or closet. I call it a closet because I always have to have a stupid name for everything. Convection microwaves are available as an option, but a larger, like 22-inch propane oven, they will put that in every model they have an opportunity. And they're really getting good about making sure they put some sinks in bathrooms where possible. This is another example where they took what was good and made it better and more current. This used to be called the 2506S. It was a front kitchen with a middle bathroom and a rear bedroom, and it still is, but they went through it and kind of redid it into this new 2506FK, and I think it is absolutely awesome. At a glance, at first, it won't look too terribly different. They have eliminated the secondary color swaptions and options on like the mini light series this year. So basically the lighter interior, lighter exterior, that is just the standard way to go. You do have a choice of going with a hide-a-bed or a theater seat in that slide if you don't want just a dinette for seating, by the way. But this is where it gets interesting. They've started doing these very home style pull out freezer drawers in a lot of their refrigerators. And instead of a walk-around side bathroom that had a radius shower, they made it a walk-through middle bathroom that is much larger and more spacious with a rectangular shower. And instead of this weird sideways east-west camp queen, they made it just a normal north-south walk-around rear bed with that massive storage below. Now, about a year ago, they actually retired their 2507S. And they still had a 2104S, but neither were really lighting up the success charts. You know, they had some people who really liked them, but what they did is they combined the two of them into this new 2214, and this is their new Murphy bed, no bunk couples model, and I really think it's like the best of both worlds. They have improved a lot of features on this. It kind of has the front end of the 2507 with a little bit of an amalgamation of the back end of the 22 or the 2104 and 2507. Maybe those numbers don't mean much to you, but this is a small, lightweight, half-ton towable, under 26-foot tip-to-tail couples camper that gives you amazing storage, super slide space without super slide weight or cost, and a very nice rear bathroom. And even though it's a small kitchen, it's very nicely appointed. Big oven, good drawer space, but here's the real thing that they did. They massively improved the bathroom on this. Give it a big rectangular, almost fifth wheel size shower, and really, really nice, lavatory vanity set straight across from it. And they have maintained the shower miser through their family of RVs, but storage in that bathroom they've always nailed. This is a floor plan I never expected. You know what Rockwood didn't need? They didn't need another front kitchen travel trailer. You know what I'm glad they made? Another front kitchen travel trailer, because they finally accomplished the thing that everyone else has tried and failed to do effectively. That giant picture window on the campsite of the RV in a front kitchen travel trailer. I've seen so many builders try it, and no one, I think, has done it successfully. And Rockwood did this crazy thing. They listened to you. You folks said, we don't want the TV mounted up against the ceiling. We want a bigger window. Give us a televator. And they said, okay. You got it. And that's all the more complicated it was, and it's awesome. Now, when we step up to Rockwood Ultra or Flagstaff Super, you regain the darker interior decor option if you want. So they do have two interior decors available on this. The lighter like you saw in the Mini Light, or the darker like you're seeing right here. I'd be kind of curious to know which one you like to go with. They did not offer the darker decors in their smaller RVs because it makes the space feel really small and compact and not welcoming very, very quickly. Now, it's another big walk-through middle bath right here, which it keeps the RV shorter while actually giving you a bigger bathroom. Walk-through bathrooms have some downsides for sure, but I'll get into all that kind of stuff when we go through our full walkthrough video tours. This is also a full rear bed slide model. So this is a cool new alternative to like a 2608 Rockwood front kitchen with rear bed slide. It's a very similar bedroom, but they did the bathroom and the living rooms very differently. The thing is, though, Rockwood and Flagstaff are just renowned for their couples models. They make some awesome bunkhouses. They don't make a lot of them, but the ones they make are really, really good generally. You might have noticed that inverter in there. That's something I haven't mentioned yet. If you're not familiar with this group, they offer an 1800 watt inverter on every single travel trailer that they make, even the GeoPro and ePros, and that's enough to run like a coffee maker if you want. But they realized they had something going on with that big window and power televator arrangement, and they reused that in this floor plan, which I think was really, really smart. This is almost that front kitchen trailer we just looked at, kind of flipped around backwards. But you see how you walk through there. This has a private rear bunk room with its own included half bath and mini desk station. So if you're looking for, some guest bunks, if you've got the double over double bunk arrangement here, if you're looking for like a little mini office, if you're looking for a rainy day kind of camper where everybody could sit inside and have their own space, this is a very cool new offering that I've never quite seen another floor plan like this. And that's the really interesting thing with me to Rockwood. They're not really well known for just taking someone else's RV and just hard cloning it. It has happened. But
they're one of the very few originators out there. I also really like that update to the headboard power pockets. I am a huge sucker for that because it is such a useful, functional feature. And I have not given enough coverage to the Rockwood Signature and Flagstaff Classic models. This front kitchen they have is like, at this point, Rockwood and Flagstaff, they're the kings and queens of front kitchens. Other people build front kitchens, but no one, I feel, is doing it better than the Rockwood and Flagstaff group currently. This floor plan reminds me a little bit of a giant Columbus model from years ago, but really tuned up, really well defined. Notice how they're going with that sort of combination freestanding table and booth combo, where you have a floating storage padded ottoman. So if you want just 2 chairs around this couple's camper, you could have it. If you want to have 4 people around the dinette, you could have it. This is an opposing super slide front kitchen with island. If you have a campsite that is like facing a lakeside overlook, this thing is big, it's fairly heavy. It might be really nice for like a seasonal site, but they still use their better torsion suspension on this, and tire pressure monitoring, Goodyear tires, all those things. So if you are wanting something that is towable but larger and you have a vehicle to do it, this could work right here. And again, private rear bedrooms are such a rare find, but Rockwood does more of them than anybody. When the bedroom's in the back, it makes for the quietest, most comfortable camping experience. But it's not all about the trailers. I actually think their fifth wheels are some of the most underrated out there, because they are. If you look at their size versus other brands and similar floor plans, they're a little more expensive. But these things are put together so well. They are so detailed. And this floor plan is kind of insane. This reminds me of the classic quad slide rear kitchens of yesteryear, but with a modern touch. And it is a twisted, weird arrangement where you've got a very well-defined separation of kitchen and living, but it is still kind of merged in one sort of super slide. But take a look at this. You've got this like slide out veggie prep cutting board with a gas station murder hobo shield defender right here. That is a legit like hardwood cutting board right there. It was not lightweight. I was actually very happy with the heft of it because it was really nice quality. And that's the thing that I tend to find on a lot of Rockwoods. They're not intentionally building to be exactly the lightest weight brand out there anymore. They're not intentionally building to be the biggest. They are really high class at what they do. We've got king or queen bed slide here. You've got combo or stackable washer dryer prep, but I love the removable shelves up there. So if you want closet or dresser space, they did all of the things. And this floor plan right here, I think, is probably a really good litmus test of the fifth wheels, because this is that traditional couples camping triple slide fifth wheel that everybody makes. So if you are really trying to figure out which brand do you want to go with before you even decide which floor plan you want to go with, you need to look at campers like this across like 10 different manufacturers, because this is the truest estimation of what their real DNA is. But massive campsite windows, private front bed slide, washer dryer prep, amazing storage solutions. I love how the RV industry is finally acknowledging that we need spaces for trash cans in kitchens. And not just that, they're actually doing it and enhancing it and doing a really good job of it. That TV is about as easy viewing as it could possibly get with a no neck wrecker situation. Again, adjustable, removable pantry. There's awesome outlet coverage all around that kitchen right there. The bathroom's fairly straightforward, but things like the big XL vent fans, that's just Rockwood doing Rockwood things. They've been doing that stuff better, longer, stronger than just about anybody. Something that is really not well known or documented, though, is that Rockwood actually uses a sort of custom variant version of a rack and pinion slide for their bed systems in the upper deck. It's heavy duty and crazy, crazy rare.
So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Again, I've already got some full detail videos on some of these, but if there's one that you really want to learn more about and see more on in a full-length video, make sure you leave me a note so I can zero in on that one. And short of that, thanks again for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.